welcome to yet another episode of Top Shot, a program in which we talk to a personality, a distinguished personality, a person who talks to us about issues concerning you and me, issues concerning the country, issues concerning the society. We are very fortunate to have in the midst of us today none other than Srimati Nirmala Deshpande, and a person who has practiced Gandhism all her life, who is called as a sister by millions of people in India and abroad, and now a member of parliament. So Nirmala, I was just curious to know that when so many people call you as sister, Nirmala Tai in Marathi means sister, but in many languages you are called a sister, people understand you as sister. How do you feel to be sisters to so many millions of people?
I feel very happy. They call me Didi. And when I was in Pakistan and somebody was introducing me that she is known as Didi of India, sister of India, one Pakistani leader stood up and said, no, she is Didi of Pakistan also.
So that's a great honor that you are associated as having accepted a sisterhood of so many people. But isn't it also a responsibility and a burden that now you have to be taking care of your brothers and sisters in many countries, in many parts of the world?
Well, it's responsibility, yes, but not burden.
No.
One feels happy. And every other day, you will find in this small house of mine, somebody from Pakistan, somebody from Turkmenistan, somebody from Bangladesh, somebody from China, from Indonesia, from the United States, all over the world. And they come to their Didi's place.
I mean, that's the great feeling for them that they are coming with a right to a sister's place. That's a great thing. Tell me something. You, as I can recall, maybe 1952 was a very turning point in your life when you started walking a different path in life. And you literally started walking.
Yes.
I think you started walking almost 50,000 kilometers.
Yes.
Something like that, isn't it?
Yes.
I think those were the days of Bhudan days? Or
Buddha.
What does Bhudan stands for actually? Because this generation probably doesn't really know what is Bhudan.
Bhudan movement was started by Acharya Vinoba Bhave, the spiritual successor of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi named two people, Jawaharlal Nehru as political successor and Acharya Vinoba Bhave as spiritual successor. So he started this Bhudan movement in 51 to solve the land problem, which was the basic problem of India, by non-violent means, by asking for land gifts from those who have and to distribute it to those who have not. So from land to the landless. And in those days, as we all know, another movement was going on to distribute land by violence, by killing people, killing the landlords. Of course, they were harassing the people, we all know. But Vinobaji said that is not the Indian way. We want a revolution. We want to bring about a change in the society, in the whole social structure, but by non-violent means. So Bhudan movement was a non-violent revolution, and I dedicated my life to that movement. It was non-violent, also means spiritual. So I was, from my childhood, was both, I would say, a spiritual seeker as well as one who wants to bring about a revolution. And in Bhudan movement, I found that I can achieve both.
So Bhudan means literally means donate land.
Yes.
But wasn't it very difficult to convince people to give away land, because in India, and for that matter anywhere in the world, land is considered as the most sacred asset one could possess. How were people motivated to give away land?
Well, that was I would say, kind of a miracle that has happened. But Vinobaji used to say, this is in tune with the Indian civilization. He would ask people to donate land to the landless, treating those as their own brothers. He would say that if you are 5 brothers, treat me as the 6th one, the representative of the landless. And people would donate. I mean, it's not only just a saintly person like Vinobaji who used to get land, but small Bhudan workers like us we would go from village to village and ask for land, and they would donate land worth of lakhs of rupees to small people like us. It was a big movement, and in those days the Time magazine of America had published an article on Vinoba's Bhudan with a caption on the front page, "I have come to loot you with love."
But tell me how we used to do it. For example, I think something like 40,000-50,000 kilometers Vinobaji and
Vinobaji walked 80,000 kilometers.
80,000 kilometers.
2 rounds of the earth.
Oh.
And I walked about 40, because later on he used to send me to various places in India to work for this movement.
And this 80,000 kilometers walking in how many years?
It was from 51 to 69.
Oh, over 18 years, long. And how is to happen? Like you go to a particular village, then individually you will talk to the landlords, or was it a?
No, Vinobaji's routine was, I would say, very difficult. Get up at 3 o'clock, 3 a.m.
Oh.
and start then prayer, and then start walking at 4 a.m. About 15 to 20 kilometers a day. On way also there were villages, people would come to greet him. He would give a small lecture. There also they would donate land. And when he used to reach his camp, there will be another meeting. Then whole day people would meet him, and evening there was a prayer meeting. So whole day that issue was discussed. And then people would come, there were queues to donate land.
Right.
And even people having 1 acre would come. So Vinobaji said, if you give this, you will become landless. So I still remember one man, he literally argued with Vinobaji and said, can I not do some punya? You are denying me? I want to give land, and if I become landless, my sons are grown up. I can earn, but someone whose children are young will get the land. This was the spirit. And big landlords would donate more than 1 lakh acres of land, that kind of thing. From big and small, it was not the amount of land that was donated, but the people who donated, all kinds of people, rich, poor, belonging to all communities. One Muslim gentleman was a landlord. He was discussing with Vinobaji. Vinobaji says, in India we say 5 Pandavas. So treat me as your 6th brother. So he said, but amongst Muslims, sisters also have got a right to property. I have got 2 sisters. So Vinobaji said, all right, treat me as 8th one. Give me 8th share you. And he gave.
Oh.
So like that, all people gave land. And it was such a movement in an age when people want to grab. This Bhudan movement released a new force of giving, sharing with the people. And one landlord of Bihar, when he gave 45,000 acres of land.
45,000 acres.
And he said, I want to speak in the meeting. He said, I am grateful to Vinobaji for taking away our land, because he is giving us life. Land is to go, but he has saved our lives. Otherwise people would just kill us and take away our land. So Vinobaji is doing good to both, to the landlords as well as to the landless. And Vinobaji used to say, that's the beauty of a non-violent revolution. You are serving all and helping all. And as the ancient rishis used to say, Sarvetra sukhinas santu, sarve santu niramaya. for the good of all.
But Nirmala, this you just said that in the spirit of giving, this different type of emotion, different type of inner feelings were aroused because of Vinobaji's this particular movement. Where has the spirit gone today?
Well, I won't say it has gone. Even now, well, we are not asking for land these days, but that spirit is alive. And just a few years back, we were going to establish an ashram in an area, now in Jharkhand, and the Raja of Ranka donated land there. So I was asking someone to give some 2 acres to start an ashram. The grandson of that Raja knew it and came rushing to me and said, "How come you are asking others? I am here to give." And he donated land. My grandfather has given 1 lakh, I don't have now much, but 2 acres I should give, you should give that honor to me. So even now, when we ask for something for the poor, we get the same response. It's the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, the philosophy of non-violence, that touches the heart.
But Nirmala, what you're saying is very interesting, but does it mean that the problem today is not of those who can give? The problem is of somebody who can motivate them to give? Is it the problem? That what we really lack today is that of personality of Vinobaji or Nirmala Tai, with what we really need is more such people who can motivate others to do this?
Well, I would like to share with you that I am really very happy that I have literally thousands of young men and women working with us, and they will carry forward this mission. So I am very happy now. I don't know, my days are numbered, but I feel that this mission will continue. Gandhi's, Vinoba's mission will continue. Lot of young people, they are motivated and they are working with the same spirit, and they are getting very good response from the public.
I think that spirit is the something which we call it a spiritual movement, because when you said he was a spiritual heir of Mahatma Gandhi, Vinobaji, that means actually he was carrying the spirit of that particular thought forward, isn't it?
Yes.
I remember one very interesting incident in our freedom movement. One young lady just married and from a very rich family, so she was wearing old days, our tradition of all the ornaments all over her body, and Mahatma Gandhi said that you must give everything that you have if you want to attain freedom for a country, because you don't get freedom without sacrifice. And he said, whatever you have got to give away. So this lady was listening to the speech, she was so motivated, she removed all her ornaments and found out one person standing next to her and gave it to him, and came back home. When came back home, the entire family was shocked. He said, what happened to you? Somebody beat you up? She said, no, but I'm so happy. He said, why? What? But you lost everything, and why are you happy? He said, I didn't lose anything. I gave away this to a person because Mahatma Gandhi told me. He said, you met Mahatma Gandhi? You gave it to him? He said, I didn't meet him. Then whom did you give? He said, I just found out a person next standing to me, who was Gandhi's man, I gave it to him. How do you know he was Gandhi's man? She said, he was wearing Gandhi cap, and therefore he was Gandhi's man, and I gave it to him. Now just imagine the trust of a person coming from just a symbol of wearing a cap of Gandhiji. I think this is something which is missing today in good part of the country.
Well, I won't say it's missing, but those who carry forward this type of work, they don't find that it is missing. But may I tell you, of course, I also run a small fortnightly journal, but the media hardly gives publicity to all the good work that is being done in our country. Lots of people, not only our Gandhian workers, lots of people in various fields are doing wonderful work, but nobody knows, because you don't find it
It's mentioned
in media. So I always ask my media friends, why don't you have a positive attitude? At least give coverage to the good things that are happening. Why don't you do that?
I think I agree with you, because if there was not such good work going on, the country wouldn't move ahead. I mean, with all these problems that we are bereft with, I think probably these are the type of grassroots movement, grassroots people, good work that is done at the grassroots that is really moving it. I think I would be interesting to know is, you said Vinobaji started this movement in 51 or something like
51.
that. And Gandhiji had passed away 3 years earlier to that. What motivated Vinobaji to start this Bhudan movement? Was it inspiration coming from Gandhiji, or is it something which happened after that?
He was committed to non-violence, and when he saw that a lot of violence is taking place, he thought that let me find out the reason, and he started his Padayatra from ashram, Sevagram ashram.
In Paunar.
Yes, from Paunar to Sevagram, these are two close by. And the Telangana movement was going on. He went to that place to attend a Sarvodaya conference. And there he found out that the basic problem is the land problem. Can we solve this problem by non-violent means? So in one village, it's called named Pochampalli, near Hyderabad, some belonging to the scheduled caste community, 80 people came and said, we have no land. Can you arrange for us? Vinobaji said, all right, I'll try. And in the evening public meeting, he just shared his thoughts with the people. He thought he would write to Prime Minister Nehru to donate land for them. But one man stood up, Ramchandra Reddy. He said, how much land you want, Vinobaji? He asked those people, they said 80 acres. So he said, I'll give 100 right now. He was the first donor. And that night Vinobaji said, I could not sleep. How could this happen? There is a divine design. It's not that someone stood up and gave 100 acres. It's something to do with non-violent way. And he said, as if I have received some message from the divine, go ahead, start asking for land. And he said, with not so much confidence, next day I asked, and people gave. And then I felt, yes, this is God's design. I must now continue to ask. He started asking, he went on receiving, it was distributed, and the whole movement started. So when people used to ask him, what will happen if you won't succeed in Bhudan movement? He said, it is not the movement that I have started. It was the divine. So it is his movement. He'll take care of his movement. I am just an instrument.
I think those must be the golden days of your life.
Yes.
To remember that today, and the type of movement that you must have lived along with the farmers, with Vinobaji's company.
I mean, in those days when we had to walk a long distance, and unfortunately I came from an affluent family. I never walked in my life, but with Vinobaji, when I started, there were big blisters. I couldn't put on shoes or chappal, but I walked and walked.
So you used to walk with naked, without anything?
In the initial days, blisters.
But even Vinobaji used to walk like this, without wearing anything?
No, he had his shoes, but I couldn't because of blisters.
Because of that.
But those were the happiest days.
And even in the sunny days, you used to walk.
Yes, happiest days, happiest. With all, people would say, "Oh, you have to walk so much. Whatever food people give you each, no facilities in the villages." And after walking for many months, when I went home, the first thing I appreciated was a closed bathroom and a toilet, which you don't get in villages. I said, this is something which I never knew. It is so necessary for a human being. But we enjoyed that life. Even sometimes when I used to walk alone for some mission, sometimes for 2 days I didn't get food. So I know what is hunger. And in those days, all my knowledge of Upanishads and Gita and Vedas all evaporated. I was thinking of food only. Then I understood what a hungry man feels. So I have experienced that also, and that's one of my, I would say, very valuable experience of life.
Nirmala, we'll continue this talk with you. We'll just take a short break. Please don't go away. We are talking to Nirmala Deshpande, a member of parliament, a great Gandhian, someone who's talking to us about her life, the life of that particular time, how we really lived into different era of those days. We are talking to her. Don't go away. We'll come back soon. Welcome back. We are in Top Shot, a program in which we are talking to Nirmala Deshpande, a member of parliament, a Gandhian, and whatnot. Nirmala, you probably have lived so many lives in just one life. You have been doing so many things. You have an organization called Bharat Ratnatmak Samaj.
Akhil Bharat Ratnatmak Samaj.
When the name sounds very innovative, what does it do actually?
It means constructive work for building the nation, the society. We work for the giving justice to the poor, empowerment of women and poorer sections, and also making village a community, what we call Gram Swaraj, then for communal harmony, for peace, organized peace marches. Our friends just rush whenever there is unrest and there are riots, in Hindu-Muslim riots. Our friends have literally saved thousands of people everywhere in India.
I remember you did a peace march in Punjab, in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes.
So you get people from all over the country to participate?
All over. In Punjab, when the situation was, as you know, too bad, 2,000 Gandhian workers came with me to Punjab, and 2,000 from Punjab, and we got them spread out all over the Punjab, touching every village, and it was very difficult. But I told them what are the do's and what are the don'ts. Don't talk about politics, only about love, harmony, peace. And even some of them did belong to some parties. Said no politics. If they ask questions, just say we don't know. We are simple people of Gandhi's, I would say, workers. So ask us about Gandhi. And no one was harmed. No one.
So that
Same
name was
in
a shield.
Jammu and Kashmir.
So Gandhi's name was a shield around him.
Oh, in Jammu and Kashmir, 12 years back when we started our mission, I would say our passport was Gandhi. They knew that we are Gandhi's followers. And every Muslim in Kashmir Valley told me that Mahatma Gandhi had faith in us. In 1947, 46-47, when the whole of North India was burning, there were riots, as we all know. Kashmir Valley was quiet. During Sheikh Abdullah's times, he said not a single Hindu should be harmed. And there was absolute peace there. And when Gandhiji visited, he was so happy that he said, I see a ray of hope in Kashmir. This was repeated by every Muslim all over the Kashmir Valley. And they said, you are Gandhi's followers, so you are welcome.
Such a Gandhian thought, Gandhian ideas, we all swear by Mahatma Gandhi on at least twice a year, on his birthday, on his anniversary, but rest of the time, unfortunately, barring individuals like you who have really cherished the ideas and carrying it forward, we don't see that much in the day-to-day life. Nowadays, in fact, unfortunately, I will not saying unfortunately really, but actually we have to now, to carry forward Gandhian thought, we have to use a movie like Munna Bhai to actually do this. How do you feel about this? I mean, the movies...
Well, I would like to tell you, to some extent, Gandhiji is more, I would say, revered, respected outside India, more.
Yeah.
But now I would say even in India, young people, if you talk to them, tell them, then they get so inspired that they want to join you. It's the fault of us, elderly people. We should tell them about Gandhi, his philosophy, what he did. And I'm very hopeful. I really find that India is slowly moving towards Gandhi. One of the reasons is, though you know there is consumerism spreading everywhere, still everybody wants mental peace and happiness. And when people ask me, you want us to follow Gandhian path for what? I said, do you want to be happy or unhappy? What do you choose for yourself? If you want to be happy, follow the Gandhian path. I have followed it and I am very happy. If you follow the other path, you will yourself find you will not get peace of mind, you will not be happy. You may be affluent, but no happiness. And that's exactly what's happening in the West. Lot of Western youth is taking to Gandhian ideas. Why? Because they are not happy with whatever they have.
And you said peace and happiness go hand in hand. Now, talk about peace, we always know that peace of the heart lies in the heart of the hearts. Now, that means you have to really enter somebody's core heart, inner heart. That can happen probably through spiritual means.
Yes.
So, I think, is it something that we must have a spiritual ethos inbuilt around all our activities, public life, and will it really rejuvenate the Indian society completely?
Yes. Well, spiritual and religious, these two are a little different. My guru, Acharya Vinoba Bhave, used to say, every religious sect has got these two different things together. One is a sectarian part and the other is the essence, the core, that is spirituality, like truth, love, compassion, forgiveness, that comes under spirituality, and it's common to all religions.
Universal values.
Yes, universal values. So spirituality unites and sectarian religions divide. So we must, in this age of science, just go away from the sectarian part of and embrace spirituality. Vinobaji gave a new equation. Science plus spirituality is equal to Gandhian thought.
You also were doing something different than these activities for some time when you were helping Indira Gandhi. But I know